Welcome in, everybody, to Championship Week of Fantasy Footballers. Nope, not Ballers. We're the Ace Podcast.
Yeah, you.
I get stuff mixed up. Ballers and maybe it was a bad idea to call us the Ace Ballers League because I'm going to get
You did that before you even knew about the Fantasy Footballers.
You're right, I did.
So
they copied us, is what you're saying? They
Yeah.
copied us. There'll be a civil lawsuit coming
they
soon.
took that DeLorean on their desk, traveled through time, went back and changed their name.
You bastards. Well, I am your host, Kyle Nicolos, and to my left, as always, is the finalist, Kevin Zerwick. Kevin, congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations.
You did it?
Yeah, you did it as well.
I don't want to pat myself on the back for too long.
You should just pat Kenny Drake on the back.
But you should fast forward about 15 minutes. We made the finals.
We did.
You guys have to be proud of your hosts to make the finals. I mean,
they're not. They're mad at us because they wanted to make the finals.
I mean, if you're going to listen to two people do fancy football podcasts, then I think that
come on, Kyle. Come on.
You want them to be able to make the finals, right?
No.
Because you don't want to take advice from people who can't do well in fantasy football.
We weren't really giving them advice. We were just going over what happened.
The truth is, we were giving you bad advice all year. And now we're in the finals. Our evil plan worked. Okay, well.
Diabolical.
Should we go back and take a look at what happened this last week? How did this all unfold? You know, like in the beginning of movies when they're like, how did we get here? And then it flashes back. Let's take a look at how we got here with our weekly recap, our waiver wire, the battle for trying to do... Oh, you know what? I should probably put in the script so you guys can see the thing here.
What thing now? What?
Switchercast.
Oh,
it's not even on there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put that on here. And we will display my MacBook, and it's on there now.
Oh, okay. So now we can...
Yeah, we're good. Just
okay.
Recording live. We're doing it live. All right. Let's head over to... Come on, Kyle. Last chance at doing this right.
Almost.
There we go. Let's take a look at how I made the finals.
Yeah, by facing me, apparently. Because yet again, go back.
What I really wanted to do was just go back during the first time we played each other. There we go. First semifinal matchup, Kyle versus Braden. Do you know how many points I was averaging the last 3 weeks of the season?
You might have had 174 total in those last 3 weeks.
That is extremely possible. I broke 100 once during those 3 weeks, and I had to beat Tim to just crawl into the playoffs.
Yeah.
After starting with week 9 with first place, most points, I said focus on the playoffs. And you know what happened?
You're in the finals.
I almost missed the playoffs, though. But I'm in the finals here, and I've been averaging 162 something, 174 plus 155, whatever, something, 165-ish points for those 2 weeks.
Oh my God, is that the Ace Ballers Fantasy Football Podcast?
Is it?
Oh wow!
Hi, random fan.
Man, would you mind signing my radio?
Oh, absolutely.
And then plugging it in?
Oh, I can do that too, sure.
Oh, you got 2 radios here.
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, my mind's charged. I was
Cool.
forgetting. All right, random fan.
So, yes.
Plugging your radio.
You're welcome, random citizen.
So Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan, the man Tannehill.
I've liked him.
Yeah, I mean,
I just had a better quarterback, so I didn't do anything about it.
Sure. Well, I mean, you really there's freaking Lamar Jackson. We'll get to your game too.
Yeah.
But Tannehill has been the Manahill for the last couple weeks.
Yes, he has.
And
He's not really giving you a bad week.
we kind of saw it coming, right? Like, we saw his schedule. We looked at how he looked the last few weeks before the schedule got easier. And he looks really good. And then the emergence of A.J. Brown as a huge, huge weapon on that team.
You got that stack going now, which is nice.
It's just...
That's a 50-point stack for you that week.
It was a 50-point stack.
That's
just between those two, between the 2 touchdowns that he got, or the 1 touchdown that he got in the yards. But
yeah,
it's just that's what carried me through these first 2 rounds. And and I have to say, every single person who played in the semifinals, based on their scores from this week, deserved to be in the semifinals.
Oh yeah,
I've never
even Michael.
Michael, who was just out of it, who would be in the finals right now had that stat correction not happened.
Yeah.
Even Michael would have been like he put up great numbers. Bailey put up a really high-scoring game last
The
week.
first week he did. Last week he
was it
didn't.
not last week?
He's actually playing in the toilet bowl.
He is. For the second year in a row. He got 13th out of 14th last year. He beat Peter.
Well, no, that was
Oh no, that was season ending.
season
You're right.
ending, yeah.
He probably would have lost to Peter. You're right. But it was just crazy. But can I say, Mr. Kenyon Drake?
Yeah.
I've held on to
Finally.
you for 2 years.
Finally.
I dropped him at some point in the season.
Picked him back
up the week before the trade deadline when he was traded to the Cardinals and hung on to him. He was putting up crap points. It was Adam Gase who was containing this beautiful butterfly. And
not just Adam Gase, because Adam Gase wasn't on Miami at the beginning of this year, and he was still contained.
Yeah.
It was just Miami.
You look at him, and he is the most talented back on any team that he's on.
Hey, look, Tannehill, he's also a former Dolphin.
He is. Yeah, I got too many former Dolphins.
The Dolphins leave and become good. Just don't go to Miami.
This was an incredible week for fantasy football for everyone in there.
Points.
Lots of points. And Kenyon Drake, you're my MVP so far, and I'm really, really counting on you this week. So please come through for me, bud. I felt very confident playing. Obviously, I didn't know 4 touchdowns confident, but I felt very confident playing Kenyon Drake against Cleveland because Joe Mixon the week before went off against Cleveland.
Yeah.
So,
Joe Mixon against New England. 17 points. That's pretty good.
And I told you, I was scared to play him.
Yeah.
I was really considering benching him, and I didn't want to play James Conner, especially coming back from injury. But everything worked out. Everything worked out the way it needed to.
He got a touchdown. That's what saved his game.
I knew Aaron Rodgers was going to kind of struggle against Chicago in a blizzard.
Because of the fantasy footballers.
And ice ball. Yeah, okay. And that's true. Listen to the fantasy footballers. I mean, granted, you won't because you'll forget about them this year. But get the sleeper app or don't. It gives us the advantage. and listen to fantasy footballers. I mean, they give you insight to things that you might not have, and it's no coincidence that the 2 guys who drafted all offseason, listen to the fantasy footballers,
might be a coincidence.
Have the sleeper app. No, I refuse to believe that. Are in the finals now. But that's enough patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, let's.
New England's defense, 28 points, back to looking like New England's defense from the first 8 games.
It was Cincinnati, so.
And they have Baltimore this week. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Baltimore. Buffalo this week.
Yeah.
I always do that. I always look right over at the other side to the other defense, and I say, "Oh, that's who they have this week." Buffalo this week, so that'll be an interesting. But we'll get to that.
Braden did fine, 155. It's going to win you a lot of weeks. Just
that wins 9 times out of 10. Honestly,
wouldn't have beat anyone who was in the playoffs though.
Metcalf got his touchdown in the first quarter, and I was getting really scared. And I was like, "Holy crap!"
And he got 2 catches all game.
Yeah.
One was a touchdown catch.
Yeah,
wow.
he had one was a touchdown catch for 15 yards in the first quarter, and then he had one other reception. That was it. But he started out with 8 points right away, and I'm like, I'm in trouble.
McCaffrey, 33.
I mean, can you finally say that McCaffrey is twice as good as Alvin Kamara now?
Yeah.
Are we finally there? That he
scored infinite amount more touchdowns than lately.
Christian McCaffrey would have been my pick. He was my first pick in the other league we were in.
Yeah.
I know, it would have been Saquon Barkley, but I had the second overall pick, and Saquon was obviously taken first. And I had my choice of Kamara, Elliott, and McCaffrey. And I went with McCaffrey, and I was 2 points away from being undefeated in that league into the finals. But I'm in the finals now in that league. But.
Well, they got a new quarterback. Let's see how they do this week with him.
That's true.
I guess we'll have to run more with them because...
That's very true. Shall we go to your game?
Yeah.
How did you get to the finals?
How did I?
You played a very close game.
I barely got it. I had to go ridiculous bananas.
Look at that. 179 to 174. Both of you guys blowing past projections.
Yep.
It was
Michael Thomas versus Drew Brees, and I had
a
16-point lead.
And that was almost not enough. In fact, it would not have been enough if you watch the game at the end of the first quarter, or the first half, with 2 seconds left. They threw the ball to Traquan Smith for a touchdown. And that was the record-setting touchdown for Drew Brees for the all-time record. Now, him and Brady will be battling it out for the next couple of years because it'll be Brady 1 or 2 and Brees 1 or 2 when it's all said and done. But That would have been the touchdown. That would have been 6 more points for Breeze.
I would have lost, yeah.
And you would have lost.
That is assuming that the second half was exactly the same, because it might have been different if they were.
Sure.
If they had already set the record and they're like, let's run the ball more. We don't need to throw as much.
They were even still running even after they set the record. He threw it. They were still throwing after he set the record. He threw another touchdown.
That drive after he said it, they were still throwing. But, I mean, at the half, they might have just been like, look, let's calm it down. We're up big. Let's run it. Let's kill clock. Let's be smart.
Sure.
I think it was a more in-the-moment thing. Let's just keep going, guys.
If there's one thing I really, really want this week, it's for Michael Thomas to not have a good game, because I play him in both leagues. But if he could somehow throw up a 0, I'd be very happy. That's not going to happen.
To die. I would be so happy.
Do you feel like Michael Thomas is underrated?
Yeah.
Like, I never hear anything about him, and for the last 3 years, he's been either the 1, 2, or 3 receiver for the entire year.
I mean, yeah, he's a really good receiver. They paid him. That's why I was surprised when he came back to me in the second round. I was like, wait, he's still here? They paid him a lot of money. I'll take him. Because if you pay someone that money, you got to throw the ball to him.
It's absolutely true. Kendrick, huge hit with Randall Cobb. Not doing anything.
That's what lost the game for him.
1 reception for -3. I mean, who was on his bench? Is there anyone who I would have played?
Oh, there were like 2 or 3 people.
I would have played Golden Tate over Randall Cobb.
Or Curtis Samuel, that's it.
Golden Tate.
Or Sammy Watkins.
Any
of them would have won.
I would have been tough. It would have been tough for me to play Sammy Watkins.
I agree.
But I definitely would have played Golden Tate against Miami over Randall Cobb.
Well, Randall Cobb had been doing really well. Nobody knew that Dak Prescott was as hurt as he was.
Yeah.
Because if you look at not just Randall Cobb, but Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper, they had like a combined 30 yards last game or something.
That's terrible. Well, and part of it was...
That's why Michael Gallup is on my bench, and I have an open slot now.
Well, this is the other thing I'm concerned about in my other league is Dak Prescott is apparently injured and not being able to throw the ball. Did you hear the story? I think it was on Fantasy Football. There's about Michael Gallup saying on the run pass options, I'm only handing the ball off because I can't throw right now. Yeah. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, I would not play him if I were you.
I think I'm going to pick up somebody else against who has a good matchup. I don't know who I'd pick up in that league.
I told you Drew Lock. I thought about it more. They're going to run the ball more on Detroit.
Well, if they would have ran the ball against Kansas City, another one that really should have done really well. It's actually really funny because he got most of his points from Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota basically canceled out Lamar Jackson. 4
fumble recoveries, 3 interceptions, 3
7
sacks.
Turnovers, and a touchdown.
Why doesn't it say touchdown right here?
They got a touchdown.
They did?
Yeah, okay. It was on a it was on a strip sack fumble.
The strip sack fumbles are worth like 10 points.
There were so many points. It's retarded.
Holy shit. And, I mean, everybody else did pretty well for him. Julio Jones, God, that last catch against San Francisco. I was also
That made me double mad.
It made me mad because I was playing against Julio Jones in the other league.
Well, we wanted San Francisco to win.
And if we didn't get Cooper Kupp's garbage time touchdown, that also would have been a loss for, I think, both of us in our leagues.
Cooper Kupp had no receptions like halfway through the third quarter.
and then put up a good game.
No receptions, no targets. They didn't throw the ball to him.
This is the thing with receivers. They're boom or bust, right? Like, you can have nothing going on all game. Mm-hmm. And for, on the last drive to try and win the game, they catch 2 catches, once for 40 yards, once for 13 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's your day right there. Mm-hmm. That's a good, solid day.
Yeah. Or they can get game scripted out. I remember having Michael Gallup. Obviously, it looked like a really good matchup against Philly. They fumbled the ball twice early. They scored 2 quick touchdowns. They were just running the ball the whole game at that point just to kill clock. And I was like, this sucks. But, anyway, let's move on.
The other thing I just want to mention is you started out in the Thursday night game with Lamar Jackson getting you 45 and Mark Andrews getting you 13. You had to feel pretty confident at that point.
I would have felt more confident if he caught that last ball.
Oh, yeah.
That ball.
He would have had 26 points because that was a 60-yard touchdown for
sure.
Plus,
I'll get another 10 out of Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
I would have had over 20 points from that one play. And
didn't he go on to score on that drive? No? Okay.
Yeah, no. I think that was a third down throw.
I'm not going to say for sure then he would have gotten, because he did get another touchdown after that. Mm-hmm. So they may have eased up after Mark Andrews would have gotten that.
That's true. It would have changed, but I mean, that play alone would have been worth 20 points for me, and it would have been huge.
That would have, yeah. But
I want those stacks. They're really nice.
Being projected, I think you were projected at 165 going in.
I said I was at 147 up above.
No, but after the game.
After the game.
I think it was 165. You had to feel confident at 165.
I felt pretty good. But
as you would find out.
And then the morning hit, and I had like 130 points, and Kendrick had like 30 or something. I was up big, and I was like, yeah, this is feeling good. And then Minnesota and Julio Jones and George Kittle all played, and I was like,
I checked your game once at halftime in the first set of games. And they never checked your game again because I'm like,
just assumed
so Kevin's in the finals. This is great. And then we started texting each other that night.
Yeah.
And
you were like, wait, what?
And I'm like, okay, so Kevin's obviously just gonna like focus on my game with me too because I'm in a battle. And then you said, like, I'm a little nervous too. I'm like, what are you nervous about? I go, check your game. And it was like, by the end of the night, it's like he had a legit shot to beat you if Drew Brees had a fantastic game. And he did have a fantastic game.
Luckily, I got one of his touchdowns stolen by Michael Thomas.
It's exactly why, like, if you have the other guys, if you have the main guy's receiver and you're going in against that shot, play that receiver. Because if you have a lead, it's kind of a good strategy to stave off their quarterback.
Points away.
Exactly. I mean, unless it's like, an obvious choice that
Michael
receiver.
Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. But congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a narrow victory, as they should be at this point in the year. I really do think all these games should be close. If you blow me out or I blow you out this week, you're more likely to blow me out.
This is a crazy game, honestly. And
it's a crazy week. And, the best teams don't always win fans. Last year, Tim did not have the best team, and he won. This year, I don't have the best team, and I have a shot at winning. You're going to win?
No, I'm saying that.
Oh, and I'm going to win this year. Do you think you're going to win? I'm waiting for you to say yes, and I'm just going to be like, only a Sith deals in absolutes.
All I can say is I like my chances.
I like your chances, too. Congratulations. I have to say, if I'm going to lose to somebody this year, I'd rather it be to the guy who's paid attention and done this podcast with me.
So let's go to the other games really quick.
So this league sucks, Jason.
Jason, congratulations to you avoiding the last place game.
You did not get last place, Jason. Patrick Mahomes has carried you pretty well, other than his absence.
Yeah, but I mean, if you scroll down, I don't know how to use this thing.
Oh, just 2 fingers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, right.
If you go to the bench, I think Bailey left some,
Crowder
and McLaurin both got over 20. That could have helped him win.
I would not have played Crowder. Maybe over D.D. Westbrook, actually.
Yep.
Although he's playing Oakland. But yes.
I would have played D.D.
I think I would have played Crowder over D.D. Westbrook. I actually may have. Well, was he ruled out, Scarborough?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to play Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, because his quarterback's terrible.
Because his quarterback is terrible. But,
I mean,
he's actually done very well with him as the quarterback.
Well, he's gotten 2 touchdowns. That's helped, but they're not going to get a lot of touchdowns as a team. And the coach even says he wants to run the ball more. We need to just keep running. So
Adrian
I
Peterson?
don't know.
I am so confused at who I should play this week. I am at such a huge...
That's what happens when you pick up everyone off the waiver wire.
It's true. It does, but, you have to prepare. I had to make sure I had $0 left in my account.
Yeah.
Bailey, sorry, buddy.
Good luck to you this week.
It's really tough because I really, obviously Bailey's a good fantasy football player because we know him in our other leagues, and he's always, in the hunt in the other leagues and playing. But the last 2 years in this league, man, it's just been really rough for him. Last year was due to injury. This year was just due to...
bad luck.
Just terrible luck. And last year it was Jason's bad luck.
Yeah,
that kept him out. And Jason had a good team last year.
I think Bailey had the most points scored against him this year, so... not much you can do when that happens.
Nah, it sucks, Bailey. But, hey.
Not me. I had the least points. Also had the most points for.
Other fun fact about Bailey... he has not won a single dollar from this league in 2 years. He has not won a week. He has not won biggest blowout.
Wow.
And so he's paid $150 so far, and he might have to pay the extra $25 this year for my championship ring. By the way, I'm going to be so annoying if I win. You guys all better be rooting for Kevin right now because it's going to be terrible for the next year. Although, I'll tell you what, win or lose, the next year's draft video is going to be so funny because I'm either doing how my life spiraled out of control when I lost, or I'm just going to be interviewing myself, patting myself on the back.
Nice.
The other leagues,
let's go to this one really quick.
Sure.
Fifth place game.
It's really funny.
Top score.
Wayne came into work on Sunday against me, and he's like, oh, man, it's too bad I didn't play you this week. This is the week you're putting up a dud. And then I ended up putting up 178 points or 725 points. But he came in early on Sunday and started telling me how bad of a game I put up. He's like, I wish I'd have played you this week. Well, guess what, buddy? You would have lost this week, too. Just kidding. But again, 143 is usually good enough to win most weeks.
Yep.
And against most teams. It's just, man, this week.
How did Dak Prescott get 22 points?
I don't know. I don't know because his receivers did nothing.
He got 2 passing touchdowns. I guess it was Jason Witten that got him.
Yeah. He had no rushing stuff.
He got a 40-yard completion?
To who?
40,
it has to be the win. It has to be the win.
I bet it was just like a dump-off pass to Ezekiel Elliott who broke a bunch of tackles and ran it in.
Probably, actually.
It's like, okay.
So, at the beginning of the year, you had concerns about Todd Gurley.
Yes.
Were your concerns justified? Would you have been better off taking Todd Gurley? Not better off, but did your concerns come to fruition with Todd Gurley this year?
Not as much as I thought they would. He's better than I thought he would be, but
yeah, nothing like he was last year that carried Rory to 6 straight wins.
No, I don't. I still am glad I didn't draft him. He's kind of super hit and miss.
But lately though,
if you look at his lately, yeah, but look at his yardage, 20 yards. 22 yards.
His season total is terrible.
Yeah,
what saves you?
He's getting touchdowns, luckily, to save his score, but he's not.
And 188 rushing attempts is not a lot at all.
Yeah.
But is he receiving more this year?
I think he's receiving less this year.
See, that's incredible. So then he must be sandbagging his games, yeah. Because, if you look at the last 5 weeks, only 1 week has been a dud, and he's put up helpful winning weeks.
Maybe he's been more involved in the passing game lately, but I know in the beginning of the year he wasn't, and they were like, why aren't they passing him? 6 for 22.
But that's when they got blown out by
What did you do? What have you done?
There we go, by Baltimore. So he was game scripted out of that one.
Yeah.
But he's
still a pass catcher. You could still use him.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Raheem Mostert. Start.
Yeah.
12 points from a kicker. What's the most points from a kicker this year? I don't even know.
I think 16? Someone got 17.
Is that 17?
I think it was that Atlanta kicker, you.
Oh, yeah, you.
He got a 17 game at one point. I'm not sure, though, what the most is.
Well, Michael, you are playing Kendrick. No, you're done.
You're done. You finished at 5th.
Dude, so you got stat corrected out of there. Sorry, buddy. That sucks. So Wayne and Michael are sitting this week. Mm-hmm. They're not seeing anything. And then 2 others guys who are going to sit this week are Tim
and Cody. They're playing.
No,
they're playing for
Cody's playing for last.
Oh yeah.
But Tim's out this week.
No, he's not. He's playing for 7th or 8th.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's a bracket. It's 4 bracket instead of the 6. Yeah,
it's if you care about getting 7th place over 8th place, Tim, then go at it hard. But it's pretty pointless.
O.J. Howard is a good play this week, I must say. But going back to this game, 128, 108, Cody, last place. It's either going to be Cody or Bailey. It's Bailey who's been perennially awful in the Ace Ballers League ever since I took over. And Cody who wasn't at the draft. I know. And Cody who wasn't at the draft.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry, that's tough. Wentz is a good play still. I still like Wentz this week especially. Against the Cowboys because that's going to be a rivalry game. Miles Sanders, wow. I didn't even realize he did that well.
He's been doing really well lately.
Against Washington, yeah.
Oh, just lately. If you look at his past few games, he's been, I guess he had an 8.
Yeah, solid. But solid still.
He's getting,
because
19, 15 carries, 17 carries.
The volume is there.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point in the year, honestly, and this is true, this isn't even a strategy, you don't really, you want to go for volume. That's because you want to get the points up, because you don't know who is going to sit, who is going to clinch early, so the later games are not going to be as important, so it's better just to rest certain players.
Yeah.
It's just that time of year where you got to, this is part of the strategy this year. So play players whose teams are still in it, who still need must-wins, who will most likely have to play going into Week 17 because they will be the volume players. Again, we'll get to this, but the Baltimore Ravens have been a great carrying, Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson all year for you. But if the Patriots,
I'm worried, yeah.
Yeah, if the Patriots lose,
I'm worried about that.
Maybe you only get a half from Lamar Jackson. Now, a half from Lamar Jackson is still freaking fantastic.
Yeah, he's probably about.
But is it possible they run the ball more to avoid hurting him more? Because they've already clinched. So regardless of game script, and then Mark Andrews has been coming off of injuries. Do they decide to rest him after they've had this game in hand and everything? So this is the weeks where you really have to think about that aspect of it too. But it's I'd say week 16 is the week where you really better pay attention to each game as the games happen, because you might have to pivot. Not saying that you would pivot away from Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
I might. I'm thinking about it.
Even thinking about it.
But if I need to,
by the time we get to the Sunday or Monday night game, maybe Monday night teams are not playing for anything. I don't know who's playing. I haven't looked at it yet.
No, it's Minnesota and Green Bay. They are playing for the.
So they're playing. So you don't have to worry about that. So obviously Devontae Adams would be playing for stuff.
And Boone.
Shoot, you're going to have two guys. If I don't have a lead at the end of Sunday, I'm in trouble.
I'll just bench my guys.
Yeah, just bench the guys, because it doesn't matter. You're not trying to acquire points now. Yeah. It doesn't matter anymore. But if it's like a 1 or 2 point lead, you're gonna have to play him because it's
I have to play someone.
Yeah. Even if you have that's what I'm saying. If you have a 1 or 2 point lead.
I have to worry about stat correction, so I have to play someone to.
I think you have to play both of them, because if one of them just happens to get fumble hurt, then the chances of them
probably not do that. I'm not going to. I'm huge. It's they're not going to fumble 6 times, so I'll be all right.
We'll see you next week when we find out that they fumbled 6 times. So that's it for last week's recap. We're 26 minutes in. Let's fly through this. Let's go through the waivers real quick. And we need to just see what sort of the games that we were playing with each other were.
Yeah, so.
We'll go to Fab real quick.
I paid for Rashad Perryman.
You paid for Rashad Perryman. You made sure Kenny...
No. I paid for him down there.
You paid for Rashad Perryman. You, very smartly, Wayne, pay attention, outbid me by $1.
Yes.
Because I only had $20 left in my account.
I knew you had Chris Godwin. I knew Chris Godwin was out. I knew you were going to go for the guy to replace him.
I didn't.
So I was like, $21 is all I need to put on him.
And to be fair... I'm not confident playing him, even though he's not Chris Godwin and he's not Mike Evans.
Yeah, I didn't really want him to play him. I just wanted him to keep him out of his hands.
Because now I have to pivot to somebody else who would now be a second option.
That's why I only put $21 to make sure he didn't get him, because I didn't care if anyone else
got him, as long as I didn't get him.
Didn't matter to me.
Very, very clever. Well, what's funny is he went right back to the waiver wire. But you made sure Kenny outbid me by $1 to get him, but Bailey doesn't want to lose this week, so he's picking him up. He doesn't want to pay the extra dollars. I spent the rest of my money on DeAndre Washington.
Smart move.
I don't know. But once we learned Josh Jacobs was going to be out, I didn't think I would actually get him. I thought somebody else would pivot to him. But I also imagine
I blew all my money on Boone, so I couldn't.
You couldn't with him.
And I dropped him too. I was like, he's they brought him back, Jacobs back last week, so I'll just drop him. He's not really worth holding on to. And then it's like, no, Jacobs is out. Like, you bastards. I just dropped him.
But I'm still. We'll look at our lineups real quick after we're done with this. But I'm not 100% confident I'm gonna play him. I just want the option there to flex if I need that flex option there. Because I don't know. I'd rather Boone is a much nicer look right now than
I like their running game a lot better than Oakland's.
Another one is
that's it. That's all the bids.
Oh no, we did talk about Boone. Okay, I was like, we only did 4.
I just paid a lot of. I paid the rest of my money. I paid everything I had except for $21.
This week 16 is the fun part. Part of holding some of your money is that Kevin can now play defense against me, which is a great thing to do. I was on the verge of not making it this far, so I was sort of put myself in a position where I had to spend my money. So that put Kevin in a position of a huge advantage of being able to block me at every turn of the things I wanted to do.
Yep.
So well played there. It's these little small things. Again, this is gambling. It's a game of luck. But there's little small things that you can do
to improve
your chances. And Kevin did it. Even if Kevin loses this week, he put himself in the best position possible to make sure he comes out with the win.
Except for dropping DeAndre Washington.
Oh my God!
Maybe I dropped Jordan Howard instead. I wasn't sure if he'd come back, and now it doesn't look like he is.
I should play DeAndre Washington just on the off chance that he gets me 20 points and gets me the win.
And gets you the win.
Like rub it in your face for a year.
Remember when you dropped DeAndre Washington, you idiot?
The biggest. So what we're gonna do this a little bit differently this week. Let's save the championship matchup for the end, and we'll just do a quick recap of everybody else's matchups.
Okay. Go to matchups.
Is not. This is it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so for the we'll just go with the least important first, which is this game.
That's the third place game. That's not the least important. There's money on the line for that.
I'm sorry, I meant this one.
No, that's the toilet bowl. There's money on the line. There you go.
This is the least important one of the game because you guys avoided the money. This is just to see who's better, Tim or Jason. I laughed at that.
Who's better, Tim or Jason?
Playing for seventh place.
It's not who's better, Tim or Jason. So who's better, Tim or Jason/Alex?
Jason.
They are co-owners.
That's true. Jason/Alex. Did Alex make a good investment into Jason?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, he's the best he could do is seventh place. Russell Wilson against Arizona is a fantastic matchup. Yep. That's going to be fantastic. O.J. Howard is a sneaky good play this week. The problem is that you can't trust O.J. Howard. But, I mean, who else is Jameis going to throw it to? Perryman? Maybe? No, not Macklin. Who's the rookie?
Justin Watson?
Watson. Why am I saying Macklin? Justin Macklin? That's not a character.
Justin Watson.
That's not a player. Justin Watson.
The coach said they want to throw it more to the running backs.
Yeah. This is. So
good luck with that.
I think Sanders is a good matchup.
Yep.
I mean, but you also have good matchups here. I just don't like the rain stuff.
Yeah, I hate the rain.
Oh man, are they playing
Rain's
Rain,
bad.
Fitzpatrick, and AJ Brown? Ugh, don't like
and,
that.
And Michael Thomas.
Don't like. Oh yeah, but I have two guys playing in rain, and you have the one guy.
Yeah.
This will be interesting to look at, but my money on here goes to Tim. I think Tim wins this one.
Probably.
Just because Jason's luck is terrible.
I don't think Jason's even paying attention to his team either.
That's true. Is there anybody on this bench who can he has Le'Veon Bell out against Pittsburgh. Against the return, the rival game.
Revenge game.
Oh. Jason, put Le'Veon Bell in against Pittsburgh. It's a revenge game.
Hilarious.
So that looks interesting. Good luck, Tim. Returning champion is out of the
Scroll the bottom. Oh, never mind.
I tried to scroll up and it wasn't there.
Oh, maybe.
Second best game. Let's go. No, I just did that one. Kyle, you want
to do third place or you want to do toilet bowl?
I want toilet bowl. I think is the no because they're playing for more money. Yeah, let's do toilet bowl.
All right, toilet bowl.
Cody versus Bailey. This is it. Keep in mind, the loser of this game pays an extra $25 that I will be hunting you guys down to get. Because when I beat Kevin this week, I need my ring. I need my Super Bowl ring. Everyone better hope you win. I'm not going to let up.
Rubbing in everyone's faces.
I'm going to put a giant picture of myself in the break room. Like an oil painting that says Fantasy Football Champion if I win. 2019 Fantasy Football Champion. Although I just like your chances more. I just don't. But to be fair, I've been an underdog.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Matt Ryan, good play this week against Jacksonville. I really like that. Nick Chubb against Baltimore is a tough matchup, but Nick Chubb's just been on fire lately.
Chubb's good.
Alvin Kamara in the rain. He's just not the fantasy producer we thought he was going to be this year.
He's not been as involved in the passing game, and he's not been scoring touchdowns.
No, he hasn't.
I guess he's not getting enough goal line work.
He hasn't. I'm scared of what Jameis Winston's going to do this week. I don't like, even though this is like a nice little potential shootout, I see 3 or 4 interceptions from Jameis Winston this week.
Why not?
But I also see 2 or 3 touchdowns from him too.
That cancels out. He's got Perryman to cancel out Winston. There you go.
Bailey, so you spent your money. We'll see if that's well spent. I pick Bailey to win this one. I think Cody wins this one, even though the projections are way off. I think Bailey has it.
All right, I like it.
Let's go to the third place matchup, which is it is down here.
Down
there
at
it
the
is.
bottom. There you go.
Third place matchup is Kenny versus Braden. So this is to get your money back.
Yep.
Last year I lost to Braden.
To Rory.
But I lost to Braden in the final game of the season, which really screwed me over because I could have been in the championship game and lost the championship game last year if everything panned out. But I lost to Braden by 6 points the last week of the season, which dropped me to 6th place in going in. Aaron Rodgers against Minnesota. I don't like that, even if it's in a dome. Drew Brees in the rain. I hope Drew Brees puts up 0 touchdowns this week. I hope Drew Brees only throws for minus yards to his receivers.
Michael Thomas can run in a few touchdowns.
Or throw if you want. Watch him throw the touchdowns.
Trick plays.
Philip Lindsay, what is going on with Philip Lindsay? He just looks like a great play every week, and then he just does nothing.
He was like this last year. He kind of fizzled out at the end of the year. I don't know if can't sustain anything, or I don't know. But I had him last year at the end of the year, and he just low number, broken hand.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I don't know if I like this Baltimore matchup against Cleveland.
Yep.
Cleveland's very turnover prone, and they're allowing a lot of runners the last 2 weeks with Mixon and
Minnesota got a million points last week, so
smart move to bench Randall Cobb.
yes,
good call.
I literally I'll talk about it in our game, but yes, I agree.
You could probably drop David Njoku. You don't want to play him against Baltimore if there's
Is
somebody
he
else.
even in? I thought he was injured again.
It doesn't say anything about it.
Okay.
I don't usually pick against Kenny, but I think Braden's going to win this one.
No, go Kendrick.
I think Braden wins. Sorry, Kenny! Don't hate
He
me.
does have Christian McCaffrey.
Honestly, that's the tipping point for me. They're playing in a game that they have to win with Christian McCaffrey in a dome against Indianapolis.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey has carried Braden to this point in the season.
Can we just real quick look at these numbers?
Week 2 was bad. Other than that, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's just he will never be the reason why you lose. The most consistent player probably in fantasy football next to Michael Thomas. All right, are you ready for the big one?
All right.
We got to do this quick.
Who are these jerks?
Look at that close matchup, man! This is such a close game.
It is.
So you scroll down and see that you have your flex.
Yeah. So I had Michael Gallup there and heard about Dak Prescott and was like, well, I'll just bench him and figure it out from there. I'm like, and I noticed I still was projected to win, so I left it empty for now.
Just thank you for making me feel a little bit better. 46% chance to win. Now, I will say, I have been projected in the 30% the last 2 weeks to win these games, so I'm liking my chances.
Not anymore. That's why I benched him. Now you have worse chances.
I want to talk crap right now, but my team, if I win, it's the luckiest win of the year for me.
Yeah.
I have rain games. I'm going up against
injured Edelman against a good pass defense in Buffalo.
Exactly. And I did read a report that he should feel much better this week than he did last week, but I don't know. Honestly, they have nobody else to
They don't,
and
I mean, he only played in like 60% of snaps last week.
If New England
instead of 90 something.
If there's one time I want New England to get me 60 points for their defense, this is the game, man.
But you gotta realize, if they get you 60 points, they won. And that means Lamar Jackson is playing a whole game.
Well, he might still play the whole game regardless. So I'll take the 60 points and let Lamar Jackson play.
Okay.
Because maybe they hold out Andrews a little bit. I don't know.
How many touchdowns to Mark Andrews? All 40-yarders.
It's funny because going into last week's semifinals, I'm always like, Kevin, if I play you, I'll be happy. But now that I'm here playing you, I'm like, if I lose, I'm going to be so pissed off. But, okay, just Chris Carson against Arizona.
Yeah. I honestly, last year my goal was to make playoffs. This year was my goal is to make it to the championship game. So I'm here. I'm just pretty relaxed now. I'm like, I made it.
I am too because I made it too. So I'm actually really relaxed because I've actually gotten bad luck the last couple years we've done this league. Last year I had a much better team, and this year for the first half of the season I had a pretty up till week 9 I had a really good team. Because of New England's defense.
Because of the Patriots.
But to be fair, James Conner was giving me points too. I just didn't have a consistent quarterback, and Kenny Drake was a black hole.
Ryan Tannehill had not taken over yet.
Had not taken over yet.
Even when he did, it took you a while to jump on board with me for the Ryan Tannehill.
But no, that's honestly it's true. But then I'm like, I have nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown might be like one of those things that's like,
dude, he's gonna be good.
The most common players between guys who are in the finals. Did you hear this one? The most common players: Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown.
Really?
Those are nice. New England's defense is. I'm sorry, New England's defense is third, and then Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown.
Wow. So we got 4 or 5 here.
We have 4 of the 5. So this is gonna be really. But I'll also say this. I both think that both of us go under projections this week. Week 16 is the one where you don't hit your projections because people clinch. Yeah, people do. It's all that stuff. Anyway,
I wrap it up.
I'm going to pick you to win because I can't lose either way now.
Win-win.
It's a win-win. This has been the Fantasy Football Podcast. We will do one more episode next week where we will also reveal the grab bag Mario Party style final stuff.
The extra money. Hey, maybe Bailey will get money from there.
Exactly. All you guys who are playing for money this week, either your money back in the third place game or the toilet bowl to pay $25, good luck this week. We will come back. I will either be super hyped up next week or incredibly depressed, and you might see a suicide on screen. That's it for this week. We will see you next week. Good luck, everybody.
Except me.
Except for you, but I'm really glad we made it.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.